What's up YouTube? Welcome to this video. So the video is about creating a web API in Node.js, listening to get, post, fetch and delete HTTP methods using the Express.js library. And for this tutorial, we need three things. The first is Node.js installed on your machine. So download this and later install it. The second thing is we need Visual Studio Code. Also download and install this. The third thing that we need is the postman software. So also download this and install it. So our node.js is finished. Click next and install it. Yes. Now secondly install the postman. So this is the postman software. You need to be signed in order to use all of the features. Then we just need to install the Visual Studio Code. I accept. Next, check all of these checkboxes and install. Now let's create a new folder and let's call it Web API. Right click and open with code, and we will create a file index.js. Here we will put all of our Node.js code. Now open a new terminal and write npm init. Press enter, enter, and now it's asking for a yes, so type yes and enter. If you are having trouble and getting an error from PowerShell, you can either change this to command prompt or open PowerShell in administrator and run this command. Press enter. Y, and your problem will be solved. My package.json is created. Now what I need to do is, we don't need a test script, we need a start script, and we need to start this node.js app with index.js. So this is our start command. Now another thing that we need to do is, we will use import statements in this project. So we need to define the type as module. Now we need to install the Express. So npm install Express. So the express.js is installed. Now let us test this out. The amazing code verse. npm start, and it says the amazing code verse. So it's working fine. Now we need to import Express from Express, and we need to initialize the app. So constant app using the Express method, and then we select a port, let's say equals to 3000. We will use this in the end, and we declare a line. We use a method express.json. This will help us in post or patch method where we need the request body. So this gets us the request body. Now we need to declare our first endpoint. So our first HTTP method get, and this method takes two arguments. The first is the path. Let's call it get sum, and we need an arrow method with two parameters, the request and the response. So inside this arrow method, we will get constant number 1 from the query parameters like this. And we will get the second number So from the request. Then we will send the response by response dot send, and this method only accepts string. So we will say the sum of number 1 and number 2 is, and we need to add these two number as numbers and not string, so that's why I have to specify the numbers constructor. And after the first endpoint is created, I need to also specify that we need to listen to the endpoints. So give this method the port and an arrow method which will run in the beginning. Server has been started at port. So npm start, it says that server has been started at 3000. Now we need to go inside postman and create a new collection, add a request to that collection, and our first request is localhost 3000 slash get some, and we will pass the number 1 as 10 and number 2 as 20. So this forms our entire URL. So it's saying that the sum is 30, which is correct. Now we can add more endpoints like post, and in this endpoint we will return even only number. We will get the body with request.body property, and then we can use it inside the for each. So body dot numbers, and we will filter out the even only numbers. Body dot name, here are the even numbers slash n, and even numbers dot join. So like this. Now if we call this method, we need to create another request which will be a post request. So local host 3000 slash even only, and in the body raw we will pass a JSON containing numbers array, and this will also contain a name. Now let's try to send this request. We have to restart the server because the npm start is not capable of reloading the changes that we did. In order to avoid this, we can do one thing, which is a very useful package, npm install nodemon, and this package will help us to listen to our live changes, and we don't have to restart the server each time. So go inside here and just write mon. So nodemon. Now we have started the server. So you can see that it filter out all the even numbers. And I can show you that if I change this hey to hello and press Ctrl S, you can see that the server is auto reloading. And when I send the request, I can see my changes. So this is live, so I won't have to restart it again and again. I I will now create the patch and delete method. Inside the patch, we will use path. This this will call update, and it will take a new name and an old name. So the old name from the query and the new name will be get from the path. So params new name. This will get the new name from the path, and we will just say that, and we will have a delete method which will delete an id. So So now let us test these endpoints. So I have pressed Ctrl S. Now we will create a patch method and Hassan and the old name Raza. And let us test this out. So the name has been updated from Raza to Hassan. Now the delete request. So it's saying that the user with this ID has been deleted. So this is all for the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. See you next time.